Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to Living Skyrim 2. This is a pre-made mod list that's tended to by a team of developers. It's all pre-ready and ready to go. You just install it through Wabbajack. I've got a video on it. Go find that. Don't worry about this one. It is an amazing set of mods. I played it a little bit. I've put about 10 hours in on another character, and now I want to do what I always do with games. I want a cute little challenge mode for myself. So this is going to be a semi-role-playing experience. We're going to be playing as this character hides in shadows, who is terrified of death, a complete coward, because this is an Iron Man gameplay. If we die, that's it. It's over. We're going to have to make a new character. The whole thing's dead. There are exceptions, if it's total bullshit, or if it's a bug or a glitch, or a creature I'm not even in the room with, I don't even know it's there, just one-shots me and I'm oh, I guess I'm dead then. That might happen, and basically the bullshitometer of how I feel about it will determine as to whether or not it counts, but generally speaking, this is an Iron Man gameplay. That's why we're going to be playing scared, we're going to be grinding terrified, we're going to be hiding in cities the whole time. I've set the MCMs up exactly how Living Skyrim says to do so, except for 3 menus I have to do once I'm in the game. I can't do those till I've selected the start. Now the start we're going to be choosing is the attacked and left for dead, because you start with absolutely nothing and you could be anywhere, and it's going to be this horrifying survival experience that if we get through that, we can probably get through anything, hopefully. In addition to that, I'm putting an artificial rule on myself, which is no followers. That might flex in the future if I really feel like I enjoy the presence of a certain follower, but I found that with Living Skyrim, you can have up to 10 followers. It doesn't cost very much, it's not very hard to get them, and then you just sit back and, the world just sort of does it for you. There's no skill involved with it, because you just have 10 followers following you around, and they just handle everything. My other character I'm playing Living Skyrim on, she's level 5 or 6. I've got 3 followers, and I can regularly kill level 60s, 70s, and 80s on, Adept and Master difficulty. And it's not even hard. The only difficulty is that the higher I set the difficulty, the more likely I am to be one-shot by a stray arrow. It doesn't get harder, it gets artificially, whack-a-mole, to the point where I'm terrified to even go in the room as my 10 followers that are beating everybody up, because if I get hit with a stray arrow, I die. So the difficulty doesn't get higher, it just gets weirdly cheesier. I don't know if that's an error of the balancing system or just an error of my own cheese, but we're going to see how it goes. But I know that this mod list is quite scary to play through, because I've died a shitload on that other character, and I'm worried that we're going to go for this left for dead, appear somewhere dangerous, and get one-shot by something in the first 10 seconds. So, one thing we do have to set up before we go into the real world is our attributes, because this is using a class, race, sex, subclass archetype mod system. I think it's called the Grace system. It's a set of mods made by somebody, I don't know who, and it means that we have to do this. So this particular mod is called Ava. It must be in the middle of the Grace, the GR, and then the A is for Ava. Because we're going to be alone, we're going on the novice full points. And whether this breaks things, I don't know. But I remember that 11 is the normal vanilla Skyrim amount. So let's have a look at some of these things. Strength gives us melee damage, power attacks. We're unlikely to be using much of that. So I'm just going to put it up to 9 for now, and we might come back to it. Fortitude, we want this really, really, really high, because this is an Iron Man run. If we die, it's over. So I'm putting Fortitude to max, and I'm actually going to take those points out of Strength. I'm not interested in melee combat very much. If we come back to it, we might, we'll see. Carry weight and health regen, I think we're just going to put that up to base Skyrim. I'm not that worried about health regen. Generally, if you die, it's 100 to 0 quite quickly. I'm not that worried about carry weight. You can build bags, you can craft bandoliers, and sprinting is a luxury. This isn't something we're too worried about. Base Skyrim will be okay. Spellcasting, I don't think I'm going to be too casty with this gameplay. It's a lot of menu toggling. Wisdom. Magic resist. Now, we don't want to get one-shot by enemies that use magic. So I'm just going to go to base Skyrim level, just 11. Now we've almost ran out of points, we're only halfway down the list, that feels bad. Perception, critical damage, evade attack chance, power attack. We're not going to worry too much about that. Sneak attack usually covers that fine as is. Agility, movement speed, melee speed. I think that's okay. That gets a bonus because we're a Khajiit, so we get 13 base on that. Now this is what we want. Reduced fall damage, increased down regeneration, and increased ranged damage. This is how we're going to kill things. We're going to be a coward bow, shooting, like, hide in the shadows baby. Charisma is a bit of a luxury. I don't know if we can afford to have much, if any, of it, so we're going to go to base Skyrim levels, but intimidation, persuasion, bribing, I think actually we're just going to go for low charisma. They're terrified of everybody, they're not that friendly. Luck, though, is a good one. It's the crit hit chance, extra perks, and rewards. I don't know if I want to go too high on it. Maybe just this. So we've got 2 points left over. We've got max fortitude that we can get, max dexterity we can get, and we've got okay on some others. Our weak points, definitely strength at the minute, but I think that's okay. I might end up having to use daggers, so maybe I will just put this up to 8. And then it's not like we're too weak anyway, we don't just have a 6. So whether or not this is the correct setup, I don't know, because I've never played very long with Ava before. I don't know how it's going to turn out. So we're going to save that. Our attributes are assigned, our traits are adjusted. Feels good. Another thing we have to do is we have to reflect on our history. We have to think to ourselves, what did we used to be? And what we used to be is somebody that hid everywhere. Hid in every shadow, cried in every corner. I'm not sure if hunter is the correct word for it. More of big baby. But maybe combat will have something that fits better. Maybe not. Mechanically, I think I'd be better off with archery, because that's what's going to kill the enemies. But I am going to go for the sneak, because it just fits the character too much to not go with that. So, our attributes are assigned, everything's set up, we're going to put our save in, we're going to speak to the Mara statue.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Sure enough. I mean, I don't want surprise me, I want attacked and left for dead. This could put us
the light of hope
anywhere.
Shines for you. Don't give up.
I mean, don't give up's a good one, because the second you give up, everybody, like, we're just dead, it's over. When we click this bed, we could wake up anywhere, not just in Skyrim, but in Soulsteam, in the different DLCs as well. We could end up anywhere. The average level could be like 200 in the zone we turn up in. We just need to survive and claw our way to safety. And once we're in safety, we can, like, grind things out and be less of a baby, maybe. But I just want to check how much health I have. 125 isn't a lot to play with. Fingers crossed for a lucky start. Fingers crossed for a we're not in combat start. We're going to have to very quickly figure out where we are and where we need to get to. I've played Skyrim. It was years ago. I'm not too familiar with it. I don't know the nitty gritty of it, so let's pray. Alright, second chance. Leveled up. Alright, religion. We have a lot of options for our god that we want to follow. Follower, more gold found. The thief god of the Khajiit. Explore locations, bribe people, pick locks. Okay, that's an interesting god we could follow. Riddlethar. Cosmic Order challenges the Khajiit people to become strong. Improved warrior, thief, mage skills. Master the skills of the warrior, the thief, the mage. Raise your health, magic, stamina. Sheogorath, he's straight up crazy. Pray to receive a random touch of madness. I don't know if I want to trust him or not. Dagon. Suffer torment while praying to get extra favor. That's crazy. Mephala. Mistress of Sex. I mean, increase sneak attacks from behind. You know what? That's tempting the most so far. Kinnereth, move faster in combat, explore. Azura, nearby foes are weak to magic. Akatosh, improved attacks against dragons. We're gonna be a sneaky assassin boy. We need to poison weapons. We need to strike unseen. We need to intimidate the weak, and we need to trans-race ourselves into a dark elf. I accept you, Mafala. 20%. Alright, where the fuck are we? Okay, on the bright side, we're in the middle of nowhere, so nothing's here to hurt me. I'm safe as is. I can see a camp, but is it a friendly camp? This is life or death, whether or not that's a friendly camp. Let's check my map. So, we are near Falkreath, far from the safety of Riverwood and Whiterun and Helgen and the glorious safe zone over here. But it's not that bad of a place to start, to be honest. It could be worse. We are just in Rex. We do have a fork. Let's equip that fork for what good it will do us. And whilst we're safe, I'm going to save just to establish that this is our start. I'm glad that we weren't just immediately attacked. And I do have a couple of MCMs I'm supposed to configure now that we're in-game, so I'll just check what they are. They are I equip, because you can only do these once the game has begun. You can't do them outside, or rather inside. So we turn it on, then we have to leave, wait for it to launch, maybe 5-10 seconds. Okay, it's launched. So now we go back to I equip, here, and we're supposed to do general settings on, queue options, and we're supposed to blacklist the manually removed items, I assume, so that it automatically sets a list, and if you remove it, it doesn't ever go back on. And then misc options, we're supposed to set the fade, widget fade, and they say to put the delay to 5 seconds, but I'm sure that 10 seconds will be fine. I'm pretty slow to process things. And they want the fade out speed very fast. I'm just going to leave it as normal. Next we need Genesis. This is apparently what sets up certain combat encounters. And we want to set it to active. We want the max dungeon spawns to 20, apparently. Max surface spawns to 0. Only 1 is what we're allowed. Randomized dungeon spawns... yes. Allow spawning at player. Off. Oh, that's disable surface spawns. Spawning at player off. Okay, that's that. And then spawn if hostiles near. Off. And then dispose of the book Genesis options from the inventory. And then the last thing we have to set up is Hunterborn, which allows us to do, apparently it's like Red Dead. I haven't played Red Dead, but you sort of, like, lean over the corpse and you skin it. Live action. Features. Start. Alright. Exit the menu to start. Now, what I do remember is that Hunterborn is kind of strange, because it takes like an hour to skin bodies. And where Dark Time comes so fast, so hard, and so dangerously, I think I might reduce that if I can. Hunterborn, click Start, Compatibility. Enable hunting with Skyrim, okay. Tweak. Is there a way for me to adjust the time it takes, perhaps? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it just wants to be an hour. You know what? That's okay. I guess we just keep that in mind. So, our character is set up. I was sort of setting up for it to be an action thing, because I always go for the you were attacked and left for dead. We sheathed the fork on our back. I usually always go for the attacked on Left 4 Dead, and sometimes it's very scary. Like, you wake up in a giant's camp with a giant swinging at you. This is a very peaceful one. We're not in immediate danger, there's no enemies I can tell that are nearby, so we might be okay. I apologise if you're expecting gameplay in this episode, that I'm going to sorely disappoint you, because it has been like 10-15 minutes, but if you are interested in gameplay, the next episode will have that for you. Absolutely, there'll be nothing from gameplay here out. It's just unfortunate because character creation takes a bit, and so does setting up attributes, choosing which god to worship, blah blah blah. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoy this series. If it inspires you to do something similar with your Living Skyrim, let me know how it goes. Send me screenshots, tag me in the Living Skyrim Discord, it's just Grasswalker in there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.